Lawrence is good.
Okay. Welcome. I think we're live. Yes, we are. Today I have Lawrence with me.
I wanted to see how my teeth look on the
Lawrence, say
camera.
hello to the audience.
Hello, audience. I'm Lawrence Sylvain.
All right, Lawrence. And you were born in what year?
I was born in 1978
1978 to who?
to Miss Eric Washington in Charity Hospital, New Orleans, Louisiana.
And your dad?
My dad was Louis Emilion. Let me see, but what's on my birth certificate is Freddie Sylvain.
Who's Freddie?
Freddie Sylvain was my mama's first husband.
Okay. Okay. Were you living with your dad when you were born? Like, did you come home to your dad, or was she still with Freddie? I'm not trying to go into your. I'm trying to stick to your.
You asked me a good question, but I wouldn't know I was a kid. But I was just born. But
okay, but you never.
But I did ask.
Okay.
My mom told me she had not been with Freddie for a while before she had started a relationship with Miss Emilion. But I'm guessing because we during that time, if whoever you were married to, they automatically got put on
the birth certificate.
Birth certificate, and she had not yet gotten married to Mr. Emilion. But if you notice, my sister's last name is
Emilion. That's correct.
Yeah, but Louise is truly supposed to be Emilion. Eric is truly supposed to be Emilion, and I'm truly supposed to be Emilion. But for some reason, he had married my mama. My mama was really young. Let me see, and Freddie was Louis. He was an older man, and so he was always afraid that my mom was cheating on him. So he didn't believe that he didn't believe that Louise was his kid. He supposedly didn't believe that Eric was his kid, but he did believe that I was his kid. That I was his kid, supposedly. And and that's the reason why I honestly think that our names are Sylvain instead of Emilion.
Do you remember him? Any memories of him?
I do have some memories of him. Actually, this is gonna sound strange.
Don't say that crazy.
Okay, one of the memories I have of him is let me see, me climbing up on his face and popping bumps on his nose.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a memory I have of him when I was real little. And I have another memory of when I was a little kid, him screaming in a hallway.
Screaming?
Yeah.
Like just yelling?
No, I think my mama shot him. She shot him with a gun and shot him in the hand.
Okay. Do you remember being traumatized or
No, I wasn't traumatized.
Like scared at that time?
No, I wasn't scared or traumatized. No fear, nothing like that. Oh, no. It was. See, the thing is, you hear things when you're a kid, but none of that kind of processes to you. You don't think of it as trauma or fear, because I wasn't scared. I wasn't. It was just.
How old do you think you were at that time?
I had to be around 2 or 3.
Wow. Is that your earliest memory period?
It's my earliest. See, I'm gonna tell you this, and this is gonna sound strange. I don't even know when my earliest memories start, because if you ask me about something and I really think about it, my memory goes a little further than that. I'm gonna give you an example, okay? Like my clearest memory of when I was younger is me going over my alphabets in preschool. It's clearest. But then I remember my third my 3-year-old birthday, because I've only had one birthday party in my entire life, and it was when I was 3. It was when I was 3 years old.
That's because y'all were Jehovah's Witnesses,
yeah,
correct?
Because we were Jehovah's Witnesses, and I can remember even further than that. I remember, just like I said, I remember. Let me see, I remember with my dad, and that was before my 3-year-old birthday. That was
before you was 3. Okay. Yeah, that's right.
And I'm saying even the shot incident was before I was 3 too. So then, like I say, I'm saying, okay, and then you gotta realize that some of the memories I don't remember that good. Like I remember I said I remember hearing them screaming in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that, and I also remember the vehicle that that we were driving in had a hole at the bottom of the car, and I could see the road. And we used to throw stuff outside the hole in the car into the street. It's gone. Now I remember that when I was a kid. I remember that was when I was a kid. Me and my brother. Yeah.
So you are. How many children did your mom have?
My mom had 5 kids.
5 kids, and you were number what?
I'm number 4.
Number 4. So you have 1 younger sibling.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And 3 older.
Yes.
Okay. What you were born in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
What part of New Orleans were you?
I was born. Let me see. I want to say. See, the thing is, I was born at Charity Hospital. The thing is, I don't remember being in all of the other areas, but I know where my dad lived at. My dad lived somewhere in he lived you know where Orleans Avenue is? That project that's right across from Orleans on Orleans Avenue.
I think that's Lafitte.
Yeah, my dad.
Yeah, that's Lafitte.
They even have a movie theater over there.
Right. Yeah, that's Lafitte.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Guess what? Let me see. My dad stayed on that street. Let me see.
Right by the movie theater.
Right by the movie theater. Because we could walk from his house. In fact, he owned that store, that little corner store. We could walk right from where he stayed at to the movie theater. In fact, I remember doing that. I remember watching a Bruce Lee movie over there. I don't see. When I was a kid, and my brother was walking me.
So did y'all live with your dad when you were young?
No, I don't think we ever lived with my dad. The reason why I said I don't think we ever lived with my dad is because I don't ever remember spending the night by his house. I don't ever remember spending the night. I remember us going over there and and we having to go. I remember leaving my mom. I remember my brother not wanting us to spend time over there. I remember, but my brother said he remembers is that my dad treated him bad. He used to try to hit him and stuff like that and do him stuff. Now, Louise, I remember her not wanting to go over there as well. I remember not wanting to go over there as well, But I think I didn't want to go just because they didn't want to go. If they don't want to go out, why should I have to be here?
How many years apart are you?
My oldest sister is 3 years older than me. My older brother is like kind of 1.5. Not really 2 because at half of the year, me and him are a year apart.
Okay.
And it's just.
And your sister is.
My little sister, she's just 1 year for me.
1 year.
1 year. 1 year apart from me.
Okay.
Oh, like for 2 months, she's 2 years, and for those 2 months, I'm your older brother. I just throw that in there.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't remember living with him, but so where did your mom live at that time?
Where did my mom live?
Because you live with your mom. You say you don't remember living with your dad. So what part of town did you grow up in? Well, as a kid.
I grew up in the Ninth Ward.
In the Ninth Ward?
Yeah, the Ninth Ward. I knew everything about the Ninth Ward. I grew up in the lower 9,
Mm-hmm.
and over the canal, and also, yeah, I grew up in the Florida Project. Florida Project across from Desire. And the project years is the years I remember the most, but I know I didn't move to the project until actually first grade. So I was 6 years old when I moved to the project.
Was that a big change? Moving into the project?
Yeah.
For you?
It was a big change for all of us. In fact, but the thing is, I think my mom wanted to move there. I'm serious. I think that's something she looked forward to.
Why do you think that?
My mom was young and foolish. I think she made a lot of decisions. She made a lot of decisions out of just not knowing.
Not knowing.
Just not knowing better. And I think she thought she was doing what was best for us. But sometimes it really just wasn't what's best for us. Let me see, when I look back on it, and I go over everything, and I look at the math and everything. Even as a little kid, I recognize she did some mathematical decisions that just didn't make sense to me. But,
Well, if I think about it, you said you were 6, so that you're talking about possibly 1984,
yeah,
85.
It had to be like around 83.
83, 84.
No, see, yeah, around 83, 84, yeah, you're right.
And okay, so that's before crack hit New Orleans, because crack didn't hit New Orleans till the late 80s. It hit certain places, but New Orleans, it didn't get bad till around the late 80s. So before then, the projects was considered like a decent spot. I don't know about when you got there, but
no.
So
no.
By the time you got there, it was already bad.
No. Yo, I don't know how your math sounds legitimate.
Well, no, I don't know about your years.
But life feels different.
Maybe not your years, but
okay, because I stayed right across from McClucker. For the moment we moved there, they won.
Yeah, maybe my years might be off then.
They won.
Okay, so how was it moving into the projects? You're not born there. You don't know the residents. They don't know you. You're the new kid.
Look here, everybody's the new kid. You gotta realize this. Even if I was born there, I've still been a new kid. Look here. I'm be honest with you. You know how like people say I jumped off the porch. Like let me see. You just jumped off the porch.
Right.
I think that term comes from the project. The reason why is because look here, when you raised in the project, the only thing your parents tell you is listen here, don't go past this burn. Stay right here.
Don't go off the porch, basically.
Yeah, but I like in the project, I feel like the porch comes off of you. I'm gonna explain you what I mean by that. The reason why I say that is because you thrust into all kinds of realities that even if you didn't know, you know now. Like, okay, to tell you the truth, basically, I don't remember going outside that much, but every time I went outside, it was a whole story. It was a whole story. Even though I was a little kid.
At a young age?
Yeah, young age. Let me see. I used to end up getting into dozens of fights.
That's what I was going to ask you. How did the kids treat you?
Yeah, well, listen.
And the people?
Be honest with you. I think I would have always had problems either way. I was a strange kid. I was a strange kid. And most of the time, I didn't speak when I was a kid. It's a big change from how I am as an adult. I talk all the time. I feel like I have a big mouth. Let me see. My wife say I speak too much, give too much information. But let me see. When I was a kid, I rarely talk. I talked so little, people didn't think I could talk. They didn't think I could talk. They thought.
And you think you got picked on by other kids because of that?
No, I didn't get picked on.
Or
by other
got
kids.
into other
fights? Well, listen. No.
Or everybody was just getting in fights?
No, you got into fights because these people, they was just some wicked kids because They had wicked parents. You know, they were just some bad kids. See, believe it or not, I think me, my brother, and my sister, we were all pretty, really good kids.
Mm.
We were just really good kids. We didn't find the need to do a lot of stuff that everybody else did. See, my oldest sister Louise got caught up in trying to be popular. But really,
like, what would they fight y'all over? Was it jealousy, or was it,
man,
saw something you were wearing that they wanted, trying to steal?
Right. They'll fight you over a marble, and I used to play marbles back then. Let me see. Look at. I'm tell you this right now. The first time I learned that. Oh, you know what? Y'all say I have a obsessive personality disorder. But one of the things that I learned when I was a little kid, okay, I had this marble, okay. I didn't have many marbles. I think I had maybe 2, 3. But they had this game when I was a kid with marbles. It'd be OUT out.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Okay, well, so if somebody hit your marble 3 times in a row, you're out. But in the projects, they play marbles for keeps. So I didn't even have a concept of it. Hey, look here, if I lose this game, I lose my marble. So I learned fast. Oh my goodness, I lost my marbles. So now, even as a kid, I'm like, oh no, I can't lose no more.
Right.
I can't lose no more. Believe it or not, as a little kid, I think I was probably the best marble player that I knew of. You want me to tell you one of the things that I try to do, and this is gonna sound strange. I can't really compare myself to everybody in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do is I compare myself to everything I know.
Okay.
And let me see if what I'm working at or what I'm doing, I ain't the best that I know, then I ain't good at it.
Okay.
Then I ain't good at it because because that's how I compare everything. That's how I compare anything in life that I do. If I ain't the best that I know of in my universe, then I ain't good at it. I don't even consider it good. And then I was like, oh no, I couldn't lose no more marbles. And me and my brother practiced. My brother was tired of practicing with me. But when I went back out there, out on that strip, I was ready.
You was taking marbles?
I was taking marbles. Okay. Look here, this is what they'll do, okay? They bruh, LMC. Yes, I was taking marbles. I was taking none but marbles. And I had fun playing. I ain't gonna lie, I had fun even though things were bad, even though I was getting in fights, because I told you, whatever you're around, it doesn't traumatize you because it's your norm.
So outside of the fights, how was it?
Outside of the fights, how was it? It was bad even outside the fights. Because even outside the fights, you still had to deal with shooting every night. See, that's first time I ever saw a dead person, in person.
How old were you?
I was a little older. I was around 7 or 8. Guy yelling in his tree because he been shot. Cops taking forever to get to him, even though he's been shot, and we have to sit there and watch him bleed out.
Okay. And you sat there and watched the whole thing?
I had to sit there and watch the whole thing. He was right outside my window. I could have probably moved with my room. I could have probably did that, but I'm like, Vernon, he's dying. I guess he knew that. Everybody hearing him screaming like, hey, help me. One lady said, be quiet, they might shoot again. It might come back. She was thinking about, hey, look here, I want to come back and try to get you again.
Yeah, people fear retaliation all over.
So, people are so silly, but like I said, there's great and good people all over, because I remember I was Jehovah's Witness. They had another sister that used to stay in the projects, and her son used to play games. Funny thing is, now I remember one of the games he used to play. It was on Nintendo. It was a Jeopardy game. I remember going by his house losing that game. Yeah, but let me see. But I remember this. I just like I said. Um, I remember. I remember. I remember. NWA being like the biggest thing when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Let me see. That's when I was in like fourth, fifth, sixth grade. NWA. I remember being a huge Michael Jackson fan. I'm saying, let me see, just loving his music to death. Him holding me down, me playing that Thriller. Let me see, that Thriller tape all over and over and over again. Yeah.
So by the time, how long were y'all in the projects?
How long was he in the projects?
Mm-hmm. From you said from the first grade. How was what I'm sorry,
go fall out.
We'll find out.
No kind of safety because I was like, hey, this thing's probably gonna leave back for the.
I'm not sure. That's the truth.
Hey, nobody trusts and leans all the way back.
Right. So we don't want.
So they just say, hey, look, I'm keeping where I know it's balanced at. Okay.
What elementary did you go to?
I went to a lot of different elementaries. I went to Lawless
from first grade to the time you was in the project.
Kindergarten, it was Lawless. It was Lawless.
So the name of the school was Lawless.
Yeah, Lawless. Yeah.
I mean absence of law.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it didn't. It's probably some famous white man. That school was named after.
That's not a nickname though.
It's not.
That's the name of the school.
Lawless. In fact, it was Lawless Elementary, and it was Lawless High School. It was from 6 all the way to 12, and I was in elementary was from kindergarten all the way to 6.
Did you have a favorite teacher at Lawless?
I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna sound strange. All my teachers was my favorite teacher.
Okay.
I didn't have a bad teacher, even though I got kept back by a teacher.
Were your teachers white, black?
I had black. Every black teacher I had was great with me. Every white teacher I had was white.
Okay. You want to expound on that, or you want to just leave it at that?
Well, he treated me like I was a different kid. They treated me like I guess they was treating me like they treat a black kid. You know, every teacher I had was white with me, and every teacher I had that was black was like almost like a family member trying to look out for me, trying to give me the best advice. And then some teachers I had didn't like me, but even if they didn't like me, I really didn't think that much on it.
Yeah.
I really just didn't. But let me see, because you don't process things like that when you're a little kid. But as I got older, I recognized, hey, look at why this teacher doing this? You know, let me see, teachers. Let me see. You one thing you write about people are just people. I don't think it was personal. It's just that they used to see. That's why they need more black teachers inside of the black schools. I only had one black man teacher, and his name was Mr. Weber. I remember him.
Yeah, I remember the middle schools the same way.
I'm seeing
one black male.
Yeah, one black male teacher. That's the only one I ever had. I'm see, he was in 3rd grade. And see, thing is, yeah, well, he had favoritism towards the girl students, but he was an okay teacher.
And Lawless, any what was the highest grade you got to at Lawless?
1st grade. 1st grade was the last grade I got to at Lawless.
At Lawless?
At Lawless, and then after that, at Lawless I went from kindergarten to 1st grade, and then I went to Palmer Elementary.
Was that a better elementary?
Was Palmer a better elementary
than Lawless?
No.
Were any of them diverse in terms of races, or was it all, for the most part, black? Or
I really didn't know. I kind of didn't recognize there was a difference even in race.
Mm-hmm.
I thought everybody was the same race, and I could choose which one I wanted to be because I thought I was a white person when I was little.
Who got you out of that?
My auntie.
Okay.
My auntie was upset with me. Look at, she said she came in and said, "Hey, look at these issues facing the blacks." I'm like, whoa, damn, look, y'all have to go through that. I'm white. She said, "You're not white, you black." I'm like, no, I'm white. She said, "I ain't with those bad people." You see them all on the news. I'm not with them. I'm black. I'm white. So after my auntie broke it down to me, said, "Look at your skin." I was like, oh, that matters. I can't just choose.
I'm sure the world after that started showing you who you were.
Yeah, but the world had been showing me,
but just didn't recognize.
I just didn't recognize it. It wasn't that I wasn't in the game. It's like I tell people now, I say, regardless of whether or not you recognize that certain things are going on and happening, it's happening anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
No matter.
That's not a requirement.
That's not a requirement that you know. It's not a requirement. Let me see. Knowledge is a privilege. It's not a requirement. Knowledge is a suit of armor or equipment, but it's not needed to live. Knowledge only determines how you live. It doesn't determine if you live.
Right. Okay, so at let's see where we at. So now, what school are you going to? Palmer?
Yeah.
Okay, so and Palmer was pretty decent. Now,
no, Palmer wasn't pretty decent.
Were you still living in the project?
I got a lot of Palmer. I was in the project when I went to Palmer.
Okay, let me ask you. So when you was at Lawless, were you in the project?
No, I was on Flood Street.
Okay, on Flood Street. So Palmer, most of the people out the Florida projects went to Palmer. Most of the
yeah. No, at least we did. Yeah, because we caught the bus, yeah.
Did y'all wear uniforms?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'm saying, I had never seen a uniform ever in my entire life until I was in high school. High school. I didn't even see it in middle school when we was going to Liberty Days. I didn't see it even then.
So most fights were just, so you'll get off the bus and fight, or you'll fight at school, or on your off days?
See, I ain't gonna lie, you get in so many fights because people will try to fight you. They call it punking.
But because all of your family members are around the same age, most of y'all should have went to school together, right?
No, we didn't. Eric went to school with me, but Louise didn't.
Like if you were in
Louise, even though, dang, this is funny. It is weird. I'm thinking about it now. Louise didn't go to school with us. Louise used to act real crazy when she was little. But Louise said, my mama did that to me so that she could get a check. So that she could get a check.
Mm-hmm.
She could get a check. But Louise, when my mama went to take Louise to get her little crazy check, Louise sat there and talked to the lady, said, "Hey, look here, I'm not really crazy. My mama want me to act crazy because she wanted to check, blah, 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 blah. I'm really smart, blah, blah, blah." And she really did a good job of convincing the lady that she was one of the most intelligent little kids ever, and she didn't get a check. The only thing about that was
you're so smart, you're not getting paid.
Yes, you're so smart, you're not getting paid, but we'll still leave you in special ed. I'm not gonna take you out of it, so you're not gonna get real education, but you're just not gonna get no money. What you win is broke. That's exactly what happened. Yes, that's what happened. Yeah, yeah. So Louise showed up, but we were broke. We were broke.
So okay, so from when did y'all move to the West Bank? Was that from element? Well, because by the time you got on the West Bank,
yeah.
you were in the 6th grade, right?
Yeah, when I was in I was in the 6th grade when by the time I moved to the West.
So okay, well, by the time y'all moved to the West Bank, as far as I know, your older sister wasn't there by then, correct?
Yeah, my sister Josie.
Yeah. So what happened was that in the when y'all were living in the projects?
Yeah, that was one of the last things that happened before we left the project. I think after my sister Josie died, it wasn't too long. It was less than a year we moved out from the project when my sister
And
died.
she had a condition, right?
Yeah, she was they called it. They didn't even try to good medical terms then because it called mental retardation. I'm saying when she was younger, they changed that. They changed that term.
I'm glad they did.
They changed that term.
They can target it a little better than because they used to call everybody if they ain't understand. We're just gonna call you that.
yeah. But
it's almost dismissive.
She had severe mental ailment because my daughter my sister my sister were born underneath the different conditions than we were born underneath them.
Because she was the firstborn, right?
No, not because she was the firstborn.
Yeah, but she was the firstborn out of y'all, but that wasn't the reason why.
That ain't the reason why. It's not the reason why. The reason why is because my sister was the product of incest. See, my mama being molested by her dad, which which she was born under. So that's why when she was born, she suffered from severe mental conditions. But then I didn't know.
Which is your grandfather, right?
Which is my grandfather.
Did you know your grandfather? Were you?
Did I know him?
Like, did you grow up with your grandfather?
No.
Any relationship with him?
No, I didn't get the chance to meet him until I was older, and I stayed at my first apartment over there on Broadway Street.
Oh wow! Okay.
Came by my house.
So he was still around at that time.
Yeah, he's still around. Still around. Yeah. I told him if I see him again, let him see his being around would be a lot less longer. You can't even come by my house.
Yeah. And that's a difficult situation.
It wasn't a difficult situation because I had
no
knowledge of it for when I was a kid. I had no knowledge. I didn't know about it until I was around like 20 some years old. Then
you found out the circumstances around it.
Yeah, then I found out the circumstances around it.
Well, how was but losing your sister had to be difficult.
Yeah, it was true. I told you this. Things are different when you're a little kid. Now, losing my sister was difficult, but it wasn't difficult for us.
Not for you
or my mom.
Okay, but not like your older sister.
It wasn't difficult
because they're closer in age, right?
At least she didn't show me it was difficult because she was trying to they was trying to fight over her room, her blanket and her stuff. Let me see when it was little.
They're kids,
yeah, they're kids. They
don't know no better.
Yeah, we ain't know no better. Let them see, and it was just silly and dumb.
Okay. All right. So your mom took it bad though.
Yeah, my mom took it bad because it affected her the most because that was her daughter.
Correct.
Like, yeah, my mom went through depression over it. But my funny thing is, actually, I'm going to say something different. And actually, I'm a little wrong about this. Inside my mind, my mom's depression started ending around the time of the death of my sister.
You think so? Well,
because that's when we was ready to move out the project, everything like that. My mom was just like confined to her room. We rarely saw her, even though she was in the house. We rarely see her in the room. And to be honest with you, we spent a lot of time in the house alone as kids.
She was in her room most of the time.
She was in her room. She didn't want nobody in her room when she was in her room. That she wanted you to rub her feet. I'm like, no, we don't rub your feet. Your feet kind of rough. But let me see. But I don't remember spending that much time with my mom as a whole. Let me see. I remember her starting to sew when we were in the project and everything like that. But I don't remember being around her that often as a kid. And when the time when I did get around and start spending some time with her, see, she did something. Let me see. She switched on me. She just went bonkers on me. And let me see. And if you do something to me, I remember it. But I took it offensively, and I still do, even still to this day. I'm gonna see. I remember I don't know what I got whooped about. Something was missing in her in her thing, and she accused me of it. And she whooped me. She whooped me. She whooped me unjustly. She found whatever it is she was looking for, but she hit me unjustly. But if you hit me unjustly, and I'm telling you I didn't do it, stuff like that, you know, it's not that. Let me see. People say I hold grudges. I hold grudges. Let me see. I think because I don't want revenge. I just don't want to deal with you.
I think I got spanked before and was wrongly spanked and then got an apology after. The apology actually made it feel a little better. Still a spank, but the apology actually, you acknowledge that you were wrong for it. So
it may have helped you, but I already knew you was wrong. So I'm in the midst of it. I'm trying to defend myself, and I can't defend myself in this court. In this court, I felt betrayed.
Yeah, I understand.
And to be honest with you, sometimes I would whoop justly. My mom one time, beat me because she didn't like the way I looked at her, but she was right. Reason why? Because I know I was thinking something negative.
You had a boot in your mouth or something?
I don't know. She whooped me.
Straighten it up.
Yeah. She just hit me off that. But I'm happy she did because whatever it is, when she hit me, I was like, man, was thinking bad though. was thinking bad, but but still, I didn't really like my mama. I for a long time, I can love you and not like you.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I had a love don't like this woman at all relationship with my mom. I didn't like certain things about her. Kind of, I was like, man, and as soon as I could start spending more time away from her, I did. I just didn't want to be there anymore.
What about did you have around that time where you spending time with cousins and uncles and aunts and stuff like that?
No, basically, it was just me and my brother. It's just me and my brother. My brother was pretty amazing. He's pretty amazing. And but I don't know. I was silent, but I was always bitter. I was like I was like a whole lot of little negativity. The reason why I say this is because I remember how I thought and things I say. Not trying to be bitter. I don't think I was ever trying to be bitter. Mm-hmm. But when I look back on it, like, damn, why was I so damn negative? But I was negative.
Just negative.
Just negative. I was just negative. Meaning I didn't think situations were positive at all.
Did you have something to compare it to? Like, for instance, a lot of times, and I hear this with a lot of kids, probably me too, that you don't know what you're missing or don't have until you see somebody else with it or what they have, and then you're like, we don't have that.
No. See, the thing is,
that's something to compare it to. Like, why did you have something?
No, see, the thing is, poverty never bothered me.
Okay. So what was the anger about?
Well, I'm saying I felt like I was disciplined too much.
Oh. Your mother's way of discipline was always physical?
It was always physical, but I felt like I was disciplined too much, and I was angry about it.
Okay. Um. All right. So now y'all moving to the West Bank. When did you find out we're moving to the West Bank? When you got to the West Bank? You probably didn't have no say so. I'm sure you didn't.
You right. I am gonna say so, but we were excited about moving to the West Bank as children. We were just tired of the project in general.
So y'all just heard y'all moving, and y'all were like, "Great, let's get out of here."
Yeah, basically. But we didn't move directly to West Bank. Our mom sent us on a tour of living with family members, and the tour of living with family members made me hate those bastards.
Which family members you visit?
I live with my Uncle Rez. You know, my brother liked my Uncle Rez. I hated that man. When that man died, I did not shed a tear. And I'm saying, his corpse rotting in the grave. See, the thing is, to me, a good tale of who you is, to me, is how the older people and the kids feel about you. To me, that's a good tell of how you is.
And how did they didn't?
I'm saying, to me, I didn't like the man at all. When MC, they say he did a lot of good things, but to me, all of that erased in my childhood. MC, this is another man that with me. I believe he with me unjustly. When we was little kids, I remember I was coming back from because his house was not too far away from Lawless Elementary. It was like a block and a half away from Lawless Elementary. So we used to come over to wait for my mama. So let's see, I come from school. Now I say we gotta use the bathroom, so I'm about to go use the bathroom. What he says to me, he says, what he tells me, he says, go in the bathroom and pee on the floor. I said, why? I'm telling you, no. I'm telling you to go in the bathroom and pee on the floor. Like, why are you telling me to pee on the floor? Say, go and pee on the floor. But you know, this is old people being sarcastic and stuff like this. He want me to pick this up. See,
okay.
He want me to pick this up. My brother's with me. He's like, he being sarcastic, Lawrence. I'm like, no, that ain't what he's saying. He telling me. He telling me what he want me to do.
Right.
So my brother pees in the toilet. I pee on the floor. He gets up and he's mad with me for peeing on the floor. He's like, why did you pee on the floor? He told me to.
Right.
He said, I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna whoop you. Let me see. I'm whooping you not just because you peed on the floor, because you're stupid. I said to myself, how am I stupid if you telling a kid to pee on the floor? How am I stupid? How am I stupid? You want me to know? You want me to know sarcasm? You know?
Right. You want a kid to know sarcasm.
Yeah, you want me to know that. You want me to understand what you mean. You know? So I get whooped, and you know, MC, just like I told you, MC, if you gave me an energy now, I don't like you my entire childhood. You know, my entire childhood, you gotta realize it's gonna stay with me. Hey, it stay with me. I'm like, oh man, I don't like this dude. You know, I like this dude. You know, I could have probably let it go, but I couldn't. The reason why is because I felt like you did me something unjustly. MC, unjustly for no reason. You know.
Yeah.
Not saying it's because I've suffered consequences, but when I suffer a consequence for what I've done, I feel relieved. I feel like there's fairness in the universe, even though I don't want to suffer that one either. But if I suffer consequences for what I haven't done, I feel cheated. You know, I feel cheated. So at least that's how I think about it. Maybe that's not how it appears in person. But I was angry with the man for the entire existence of my life. And then later on, when I was a teenager and we moved in with him when we was leaving out the projects, Um, that anger was obviously still there because he tried to hit me again. I said, "Look here, don't make me beat you up, old man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make me deal with past issues, with past issues presently. You know, presently. You know, that's the only thing I was thinking inside my mind. I don't want to do this old man nothing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember then we stayed with my Uncle Anthony for a little while. And he was a psycho prick. He was just not a good man at any point in time.
You don't think so?
No. Not any point in time. He was an abusive man.
Okay, well, I didn't see the abusive.
No, he was an abusive man. He was an abusive man.
Verbally or just
verbally, physically.
I seen some verbally. I didn't see the physical.
No, he tried to hit me and Eric when we was little. My mama defended us against him. At least said don't hit my kid and stuff like this. But I didn't forget about it. He was as I got older. I liked my uncle a little bit better, my Uncle Anthony. My Uncle Anthony, but he was still a prick. He still did a lot of unnecessary stuff to his son, and I could see why his son didn't like him. His son had certain issues with him. He was, to me, be honest with you. And remember, this is all you have to do as a dad. I don't really think you really have to do anything. I really see people use that. What do you think you have to? What do you think a dad has to do? You know, be considered a good dad because they say I rank dads really high, pretty. Because basically, the only thing you have to do is be present. Don't be physically or sexually abusive, and just do what you do, and somebody can learn from you.
Right.
Somebody can learn from you just by you being present, doing what you do. Doing what you do, and just talk every now and then, and don't be physically or sexually abusive. You just basically won the game. And that's the jackpot to me in the black community. I'm like, damn. That's why when I saw your dad, I was like, man, this dude's great. Even though y'all can complain, I was like, man, this dude's great.
Okay,
this dude was 100% the best ever. Huh?
So when y'all finally got back together, we skipping it.
Huh?
When y'all finally got back together, y'all moved back on the West Bank? Was that Commerce Street when y'all finally got back together, or y'all moved somewhere else before Commerce?
Commerce Street. Yeah, we moved someplace else. In fact, let me think about where this was at.
On the West Bank?
Yeah, on the West Bank. We did. With the house that we was originally supposed to buy, that my mama ended up not being able to buy. I don't know. She put added something to her credit. That messed her up from being able to get the house while she was in the process of trying to get the house. It did. And she wasn't even able to get it. She was in the process of buying a house. But she did put something on her credit. And to be honest, it was a nice house. It was on the West Bank, but she wasn't able to get it.
So now y'all end up on Commerce.
Yeah. It was I wondered, is that West Eagle where it was at? Or was that Marrero? I think it was Marrero. It was someplace in Marrero.
How did the West Bank feel compared to where you came from?
It was great. It was great. Every day that we weren't in the project was great. It was like new for us. The reason why, because we always were we always made to come inside, whatever. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was excited. My brother was excited too because we was just in every place. Yeah. We enjoyed the newfound freedom of outside. Newfound freedom of not having avoid the police and all of the kinds of stuff we was having to avoid. Because I remember the first time every time I've dealt with the police, even from the time I was a little kid, it was on some BS stuff. So.
What's your earliest encounter with the police?
Earliest encounter with the police was. I don't even know. You want me to tell you why you say what's my earliest encounter? Please, because I remember other encounters besides this encounter, but this is the only encounter that I comprehend. I had incident with a police officer. This is the first time I was detained by a police officer, but this is not my earliest encounter with a police officer. But this is the first time I felt, I felt restricted. Okay, they had a truants officer. You know, they used to pick up kids when
skip school not in school.
Okay, and I remember my mama sent me out downstairs to go bring out trash. The funny thing is, the same thing happened to me when I was an adult. But listen, I was trespassing. Okay, that's why I tell you, police just look for reasons to do stuff in the black community. Don't be even justified. They just look for reasons to do stuff. Okay, when my mama sent me, downstairs to take out the trash, I take out trash, and this truant officer came and grabbed me. I said, "Hey, look," he said, "What are you doing skipping school?" I'm like, "I'm not skipping school." I said, "I'm homesick." He said, "Well, if you're sick, why ain't you inside?" I said, "I was. I just came out to take out the trash. Take out the trash." So instead of this dude knocking on my door and seeing if my mama was there or anything like that, he just puts me in the car. I'm still in my night pajamas and take me to school.
Brings you to school like that.
Yeah, bring me to school like that. And my mama comes, to school, pick me up. She's telling them what happened and everything like that. But it's always been, every time I turned around, I remember dealing with the police. It's always been a lack of understanding, ignorance, and not even checking out the story to see if it's correct or not. Not even, they don't even do a little research. They just, it's like they want it to be bad.
Want water?
Nah.
It's funny, nobody wants water while they getting interviewed so far.
No, because I already had some of your grapes, and already I had already done everything. I'm saying it made me comfortable already. I don't need the water.
Okay. So now you're on the West Bank. You start going to what was that? We were going to Boudreaux? No, that wasn't Boudreaux. What was the name? That was
Who used to talk about George Cox?
George Cox.
Yeah, you went to the school too.
Yeah, but I was thinking, I was thinking because I was about to say Helen Cox, and I was like, no, that ain't it.
Anyway. You got memories. Okay.
Okay, but yeah, it was George Cox.
George Cox.
You were going to George Cox. Where were your brother going?
My brother was going to.
Was he at Liberty's?
Yeah, he had to be at Liberty's.
Okay, and your sister, Louise?
She was at. No, she wasn't.
She probably was at Helen Cox or.
Was she in high school?
Yeah, the Helen Cox of Liberty's.
Was she in Liberty's? I'm trying to think.
Or did she go straight to high school? Nah, she couldn't have been.
No, she might have been at Liberty's, but when I got there, she wasn't.
But you was in.
She might have been at Liberty's, but damn, was she going to West Chapel? I'm trying to think right now. I don't know where she was at. I know where my brother was at. My brother was at Liberty's.
He was at Liberty.
My brother was at Liberty's before I got there. I was in George Cox, and my sister Emma was in George Cox, and
I don't remember
my older sister Louise.
Being at
my older sister Louise, she could have been at Liberty's. She really could have been at West Chef. She really could have.
I don't know why. I don't remember your sister at George Cox. I remember her at Liberty's, but I don't remember her at George Cox. Anyway,
you remember my sister Louise at Liberty's?
No, you said your youngest sister Emma.
Yeah, she was at George Cox.
I don't remember her at George Cox. I remember her at Liberty's. I don't know why. So you moved to Commerce Street. Commerce Street is this long strip. It has 3 blocks: the 600 block, the 500, and the 400 block. Y'all moved to the 400 block of Commerce Street, not far from us. What was your earliest memories of Commerce Street?
Your family.
The earliest memories?
No, it actually had a guy named Clarence that stayed like, let me see, like.
I remember Clarence.
Stayed not too far from us.
Mm-hmm.
Clarence was a friend of. He was a friend of ours. Believe it or not, he had like neighbors that was next door to him.
Mm-hmm.
Now I remember my brother fighting this girl that stayed next door to him. You know, I like every place we went, we got in a whole lot of fights when we got there. No matter wherever we went,
mm-hmm.
wherever we went, were we the bad kids? I don't even know, but it's hard to tell. But I knew that I had to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because wherever I went, we got in a whole lot of fights. But I do remember. I remember my brother because we lived at two different ports of commerce. First, we lived at a port of commerce that was down the street. Then we moved closer to you. So when we lived, I'm serious, we did.
What part? So y'all lived on Adam and them side?
No, we lived farther down in that same street, on that same block.
Closer to like what was that, Bunny Bread down the street?
No, closer to Bunny Bread, closer to Adam's side. Closer to Adam's side, but not on the other side.
Oh, but not on the other side.
Okay. Not on the other side of Adam's side. And then we moved. Then we moved to, next to y'all. Next to y'all. But we were only over there for like about a month.
Yeah.
For like about a month, and then we moved into the other spot. You know?
Okay. Now, so y'all meet us. We were different religions. We Muslim religion, and y'all were Jehovah's Witnesses. Was that y'all first encounter with someone from?
You know what? I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you how differently my mind thinks. To tell you the truth, I really didn't start thinking in the form of religion being even an issue for me,
mm-hmm.
or even a thought in my mind. I just was Jehovah's. I just knew what I was.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wasn't a Jehovah's Witness. I was whatever my parent told me I was. But inside my mind, I saw like different. I just saw we moved next to people.
That's same here. Same here. But I know a lot of times with Jehovah's Witnesses, there's like, is it fellowship? But it's a tight knit.
Well, it was supposed to be, but well, I don't think I did have one friend when I was a kid that was Jehovah's Witness, and his name was Nathaniel. Me and him was best friends. In fact, yeah, I didn't go out the house much, but I used to spend the night by his house.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was my close friend. He was younger than me, but he was still a really good friend of mine. And me and him used to talk all the time. I used to like this kid. I never forgot Nathaniel. He had a dad, and his name was Brother Polk. Brother Polk is he originally started off with us. He used to play chess with us.
So wait, so what happened to Nathaniel? Have you ever talked to him?
I haven't talked to him in I don't know how long. I don't know whatever happened to Nathaniel.
Mm-hmm.
But he's always been a close friend of mine. And whenever I come around something, I always ask about Nathaniel.
So was it the move, or did you still know him on the West Bank?
I didn't know that I was on the West Bank.
So it possibly lost contact.
I lost contact. You see, when you're a kid, you don't own contact over who you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you move,
it's not like now where kids got cell phones, social media. The world is small. The West Bank and the East Bank used to be so far from each other.
Yeah. The
It
world was far from each other.
Yeah. It seems so far away, I remember. But
so you have all these encounters when you're a kid, and you just lose contact with them.
You just lose contact. It was it's a different world. I was about to say there's no walking around talking to people that ain't around you. If you tell somebody, hey, I'm coming by your house, you there. You walk there, and they gotta be there. You know, if they ain't, you just gotta wait because ain't no contacting people. But okay, so you're on the West Bank. So you said the religious aspect didn't
The religious aspect just didn't dawn on me. It was the religious aspect was like,
did it dawn on your mom?
yeah, you know, she had she yeah, it did dawn on her. She would tell us stuff like, "Hey, we witnesses. We have to behave ourselves in a certain manner and stuff like this." Yeah, it dawned on her, but it wasn't an issue for me, Erica or Louise. It didn't matter. It just wasn't an issue. That wasn't something that we was concerned with, because we wasn't really even accepted as real witnesses by the people in the Kingdom Hall. We were always treated like outside kids. It really was. And then I could rarely ever get a decent haircut as a kid.
Why is that?
Because one was poor, two
But you gotta have a haircut to be in church.
No. It does. Whether or not you're clean cut, something has an effect on how people accept you.
Yeah, how they view you.
And how they accept you, and that had an effect on it. You know, like, let's see, you know, see, you get teased behind anything when you're a kid. You just really do. It's just not like work. It's just not like work. A pair of Pro Waynes got me a lifetime of teasing. You can't help what you buy when you're a kid, because I'm not in control of that.
Right.
But it's like,
yeah, that was the same way. So how was elementary? Well, how was 6th grade to you? Because that's when you moved to Helen Cox. George Cox. How was George Cox? I don't know why I keep saying Helen Cox. How was George Cox?
It was refreshing.
Mm-hmm. You still got in fights at George Cox.
I got in a lot of fights there too?
Not in a lot of fights. I just remember one in particular.
Well, you talking about with Nikki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one I remember, actually.
But I got in a lot of fights there, even besides that.
At George Cox?
Yeah, I see, the thing is, I don't remember a school I didn't get in a couple of fights in.
Yeah.
See, no, the thing is, believe it or not, I remember that about you. I was like, damn, this dude never get in fights.
Yeah, I was passive.
But let me see, but actually, I got in fights on the bus. I got in fights by your house. Let me see. Remember I told you when I broke my thumb, I was listening to your crazy advice. I had been in plenty of fights.
But that was that elementary?
That was elementary.
Yeah, I got that from a TV show.
You know what? Keep your TV show to yourself. Let me see. But you know what? But I get into fights all the time. It just was always somebody just out the blue just trying to mess with me. And MC and believe it or not, MC, I probably could have walked away from some of it, but that ain't how we were told to do.
Right. They just keep coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me see. So it was always a fight. It was always a fresh fight. First fight was always there. Believe it or not, see, George Cox, you know what I remember catching the bus the most? Mm-hmm. I remember Adam.
Adam?
You want me to tell you why I remember Adam?
Well, why was that?
Because he was the biggest kid on the bus.
Yeah, he was definitely a big kid.
Yeah, big red kid on the bus. I'm like, Dad, why is this kid so big? That's the only thing I was thinking in my mind. Why is this kid so big? You know?
Yeah. So we all used to play basketball and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Commerce was how did you meet David? Did I introduce you to David, or did you meet David on your own?
Dang, I think you may have introduced me to David. I think you may have introduced me to David.
What did you think about him when you met him? At this time, we all were playing video games.
I didn't think anything about him, you know. The only thing I did was Dan. This dude have access to a pretty good game. Some pretty good games. Yeah, that's it. That's what I thought. Huh? Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to go over and play the games. That's it. That's all I think I wanted. Just relax and play the games.
Yeah.
And he was dealing with all his drama and stuff. I guess we were all dealing with drama as kids.
Commerce was almost like a tight knit community. Everybody pretty much knew each other. Like we knew. Um, remember Troy and them. Then you had
See, I ain't gonna lie. You see, the thing is, see, I think, you saw your family differently than the way everybody else saw your family. Your family was one of the most accepting families they actually ever was on the planet Earth. See, believe it or not,
y'all. Well, we had a big family on that street too.
Y'all had endless freedom. Yeah, let me see. You don't even know what that means, but we really did. You didn't have to go to sleep at a certain time. See, you didn't have to be inside for a certain time.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You had endless.
Well, we did have to be inside.
I didn't feel like that when I was with you. At least I didn't feel like that. I felt
maybe our time was a little later than y'all's, but we did
I felt like I didn't have no freedom.
Cause
I was like, why this dude get all this freedom? I was like,
we got whooped from coming in late. I remember getting whooped for that, but
I felt like y'all had endless freedom. I guess from my perspective, I felt like y'all had endless freedom.
But we definitely had a lot of freedom because there was a lot of kids to keep up with. So you can't. Sometimes one slip through the crack, get to chill outside. But the girls didn't have a lot of freedom. It was more the guys. But yeah, and then we had why is his name slipping my memory? Cut hair.
Troy? No, you Tron?
Tron. I kept thinking Troy, but it was Tron. Now Tron was interesting because he can cut.
Man, Tron was just a cool dude.
He just play ball.
Yeah, he was just a cool person. Tron was relaxed, and he was a cool guy. He spoke well. Everybody he was with
why did him and David get in a fight? What was that about?
Him and David never got in a fight. See, he just picked on David. David was whooping.
No, David threw the slow punch.
No,
that wasn't
that wasn't with Troy. No. Troy would have ate. No, Tron would have ate him up.
Who did he throw the slow punch at on Converse?
He was scared of Tron. See, he never fought Tron. It was he threw the slow punch with his white boy Steven.
Was it Steven?
It was Steven. It was white boy Steven. He threw the slow punch with.
Steven was Troy brother.
Steven was Troy brother.
Yeah.
Steven was Troy brother. He threw the slow punch with Steven. And
okay, David. Sorry, we're telling the story. Never mind.
Yeah.
We won't.
That's who he threw.
We won't continue this story. Well, we met David Cousins, Marvin, and his sister. I can't remember her name.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it was
a tight-knit community.
It was a blessing. You see, the thing is, getting to know somebody when you're younger is the only time I really believe you can really know them, because people are open and they don't even know they're being open.
Right.
They just
kids.
They just kids. We just kids, all of us.
What was his name in the trailer park? He had a nice jumper and used to have all the newest Jordans when they came out.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, okay. Emmanuel.
No, his name was Emmanuel.
No, his name was
This dude could shoot.
I'm telling you,
he had a basketball goal.
I know exactly what you're talking about. He used to have a slow shot though.
Yeah.
He used to sit down, pull that shot up out of him. He had a nice little shot. He had the newest Jordans. His dad used to come outside. He had a sister.
And he lived next to Boom. Boom had the little dog that would try to bite you every time you walk by. They had trailer parks right there by Converse, which was kind of weird, but
I remember it was his name was
I think Commerce was more of a,
and Eric was actually best friends with him, not my Eric, but they had Eric that was
other Eric, the one that passed.
Yeah.
He had a sister named Renata.
Yeah. I ain't really recognize.
No, that was his cousin. Renata was his cousin,
yeah.
not his sister.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to think who else. It was a lot of people.
I ended up getting in a fight with Eric too.
You got in a fight with Eric?
Yeah.
I think I remember that. What you and Eric got in a fight for? Eric was a nice kid. Eric wasn't a bad kid.
He must
Probably
have
had to be for over basketball.
No, it wasn't over basketball.
No.
Well, we got a fight on the bus for some reason. I don't know what it was. I got a fight with him for some reason.
Okay. I remember they had another family though that was deep, and they really ran the 600 block. I don't know if you remember them. There was what was their name? I can't remember their last name, but they were deep. It was a bunch of them. I ended up working with one of them's cousin, Yvette. I remember working with her, but it was, man, what's their name? And they used to always
600.
Yeah,
and they were real deep.
They were.
Okay. I ended up getting in a fight with one of them.
I think so.
Yeah, so
you did get in a fight with one of them.
How many?
You got in a fight with the younger brother because they had an older brother.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
you should have just started.
They had a bunch of cousins.
In fact, I know who you're talking
Matter
about.
Matter of fact, yeah, one of them lived next door to us.
Let me see. One of them name. I remember they were both dark skinned. I think one of them name was
I know it when I hear it.
I don't know their name.
But then they end up moving on. What's that across from what was that, Holmes Boulevard? That it looked like Commerce. It's it looks just like Commerce.
Yeah, that's Holmes.
Yeah, it's a little strip. They end up moving over there.
Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, they were deep. They had a deep family.
Yeah,
those are the only ones I remember on the 600 block. We didn't really
mess with people
from the 600 block.
No.
We basically stayed to our 500, 400 for the most part. Even except when you had to walk to Bunny Bread, we would go over there. But and we walked everywhere.
Yeah, we did.
We used to collect cars back then.
Yeah, I remember walking to Frank's.
Yeah, Frank's. So you had way more freedom than you think you had.
No, my freedom. You know what? I probably did have more freedom than I thought I had, but I don't think I used my freedom as much until I started hanging out with you. Let me see. I used to mostly just stay to myself. Let me see. I didn't go out that often. Let me see. Be honest with you. I think I was at the stage at that point where I just was exploring and just finding myself.
I remember my mom used to kick us out every time, like Martin. Every time she used to kick us out. I'd be like, I didn't let myself in, ma'am. Yell at your son. But we used to play Tecmo Bowl. That was a game. That was one of your favorite games at the time, Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'd say Commerce was more of getting to know people, like getting to know basically who your crew is going to be. But growing happened more around Trinon Square. I think that was growing up because now we teens and stuff. Wait, did y'all still live on Commerce when we was in Trinon? I know at some point we were still walking back and forth from Commerce to Trinon Square. But y'all eventually moved from Commerce. Where did y'all move after Commerce?
We didn't move after Commerce.
Y'all didn't live on Commerce the whole time. Or did y'all?
Let me think. I'm thinking right now.
I think y'all moved after that. Text me again. So okay, well let's just act like you moved to Trinidad Square too.
I didn't move to Trinidad Square.
I know, but for the most part, you'll be in Trinidad.
I was in Trinidad Square
because remember we moved to Trinidad, and David moved right to Tres Vitas.
Yeah, David moved to Tres Vitas, and you moved to Trinidad.
Yeah,
and I just come over there all the time. I was still on Commerce Street for a long time.
Yeah, you were still on Commerce Street.
Still on Commerce Street for a long time after. And let me see, but I just never, lost contact with y'all.
Okay, so now middle school, Liberties, which is that's a weird name for school, but now you're at Liberties.
What about it?
Did a lot of friends from elementary move to Liberties?
Yeah, we had a good bit of people go from go to Liberties. Not everybody, but
I think most of them went to Helen Cox.
Yeah, not most of them, but we had a good bit of people. But I ain't gonna lie to you, the only people, all of my main people, Nello stayed in Trinidad Square. That's my first time.
He did live in Trinidad. He did live in Trinidad Square.
Don stayed in Trinidad Square.
Don lived in Trinidad Square. Yeah.
Now I remember us going over that when we stayed on Commerce Street before you even moved to Trinidad Square.
Don got bit by the pit bull.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he ended up moving to Pebblewalk.
You know, I only remember Don with the scratch on his lip.
Yeah, he always had the scratch on his lip, but the dog eating him up. That happened later on in life. That was a wake up for him.
Yeah. Okay. So middle school. See, most of this stuff I know, so it's hard to ask questions about stuff I know, but the audience probably want to know.
Well, you can ask stuff about stuff you know.
Yeah, but
I just shoot it.
Okay, so let's see. So now
you want me to go? Let me see. Do you want me to go over the history of how I remember things?
Yeah.
How I remember things is I remember things by fights I was in. Like I remember areas I remember all of them by battles, by little wars and stuff that I went through as a kid. You know, like you know what? I remember one time me and you took this long walk to Pebblewalk. Pebblewalk.
Yeah, I never liked Pebblewalk. Why did we go to Pebblewalk?
I don't know why we went to Pebblewalk, but we must have had a reason for going to Pebblewalk. We must have had a reason for going to Pebblewalk. But while we was there, I got into it with this little bad little kid.
Pebblewalk?
Yeah. Yeah, you were
trying to
cool
think
with him. Like,
okay, so Pebblewalk, I remember the name, but where is Pebblewalk exactly?
Okay, Pebblewalk is by Lapelco. It's off of Lapelco. It's off of Lapelco and Manhattan. You know, in that little area. You know, that little section over there. You know what I'm talking about?
We're talking about where Sheba lived. Was that Pebblewalk?
No, Sheba is
Well, okay.
Sheba was. You know what? No, Sheba wasn't Pebblewalk.
We're gonna have to cut this short right quick. Hey, we're gonna do a part 2 shortly. The guy's here for the tent. Unless you want to keep talking. Why?
No. Let's do a pause.
Okay.